Hello, everyone. I'm so excited that you guys are here, and I'm just gonna wait a little bit to see if anyone hops on. I know there's always a lag with hopping on live on Facebook, and I know a few of you guys said you'd be on, so that is awesome. Happy Tuesday to everyone. I really do appreciate you guys taking time out of your day, your week, to be here with me in this sneak peek. I cannot wait to get it going and tell you guys all about what this business has to offer and what it has done for my life, because I can't even begin to tell you guys how incredibly blessed I feel to be on this team and to be working this business, because my life has gone from 0 to 100 in like a matter of a year and a half of doing this. And it started right away with my first month of coaching. And so I'm so excited that you guys are here. I do really believe that you guys are all here for a reason. There's some reason why you reached out to me or accepted my invitation to join this group. And I hope that you guys are able to have an open mind about this group and participate, because the more that you are active in it and asking questions if you have any, the more you're going to get out of it. And I know that you guys, like I said, are here for a reason. So I want you to be able to find that reason in the next few days as we hang out together. So just keep in mind that this is a safe zone. This is a private group. No one is in here but us. You can ask anything that you want. I am here for anything that you need. You can always message me. You can comment however you want to do it, but just keep an open mind about it, because I was once like you in a group like this, and the fact that I was able to ask all my questions and be able to be participating in the group, I obviously found that this was something that I really wanted to do and knew that I could love and make a part of my life. And that is my ultimate goal for you guys. So I'm excited to share my story with you guys. A lot of things that I've shared with people, things before that I haven't. And so, like I said, this is a private group. So we're going to just make sure that we are able to hang out together. So, when we are going through the group, I also want to make sure that you guys are able to connect with me. I know that I've always been kind of a bigger personality, a louder person. I have like the world's loudest laugh. And you know, if we're going to work together, I want to make sure that our personalities match too. So hopefully we can find some sort of connection as we go through these days together. This is a business, and I'm sure you realize that as you signed up to be in this group. It is, you know, you work your own individual business. And the people on my team are working their own individual business, but ultimately we are a team and we do this together. So being a part of a bigger team is really what this business is all about. You're not left alone when you become a coach. You are really guided through every single step of the way. And the people that you end up working with and being on with your team, they literally are your best friends. I just like look at them and I'm like, you're my twin, you're my other twin, you're my triplet. Like, we're all so similar. And it's just because we all have this huge vision. We have the same mindset for what we want out of life. And it's just the most exciting part about the business, besides changing others' lives. So before I became a coach, I really had this like big idea of what I wanted. I always loved helping people. I knew that. And I just kind of had these bigger goals for myself. I am a teacher, and, you know, obviously I'm helping kids every single day, but, you know, with being a teacher, you're not really able to live the lifestyle you want. I was working 12 hours a day, putting in excessive amount of overtime and not getting paid for it. And there's no such thing as, you know, getting bonuses in teaching. You don't really ever get to move up on the pay scale unless you take extra classes and things like that. So I was really living paycheck to paycheck when I first started teaching, and I knew that's not what I wanted. I knew that I had this bigger vision for myself and how I really wanted to live my life. And so when I found coaching, it really showed me what I can have in this opportunity. So I started coaching about a year and a half ago. And the fact that I learned that I can make a full living off of this, that I could retire from my teaching job, you know, before I was 30, was like this huge goal of mine. And the fact that I'm getting closer and closer every single day is literally the most exciting thing, because I love teaching, but at the same time, it's like my full passion. What I want is really just being able to do this business full time. And I know that it's possible. It completely changed my life, you guys, when I started coaching. And that's when I'm going to share a little bit of my story with you. I knew I had to be a part of this because it was something that I just felt would be able to turn my life around. And the fact that I'm working with people who are also moms, I don't have kids yet, but there's busy, busy moms in here, people who are still going to school, people who have more than one job, and they're making this work because they see that bigger vision for themselves. So I'm going to just kind of share a little bit of my story with you guys. I kind of, just thinking about how my life was growing up, I was always kind of, involved in sports and very, very active, just this overly happy, positive person. I was a diver for 10 years and I dove in college. And I know Jenny in here was a swimmer, which is always super fun. And Stacy in here too, of course, was a swimmer. And so that's always fun that we have those connections. But after my senior year of diving, when I was done, I was never really that party girl in college. I didn't drink till I was 21. I was just very focused on school. But after my season ended, a lot of my friends wanted to start going out with me more. And so, I went with them, and that just kind of turned into drinking a little more than I probably should have. And of course, that leads to bad eating habits. And so by the end of my senior year, I gained what I call the senior 15. I didn't gain the freshman 15. I gained the senior 15. And so when I graduated college, I was, heavier, and I actually didn't even really realize it, but I do have an identical twin sister. And so whenever we were together, I started noticing and listening and hearing these comments of them comparing me to my twin and how I was now the bigger twin. And it's like, what happened to Allison? Why is she, fluffier than her twin, and things like that. And so it did start to eat away at me. After graduation, I got a teaching job about 45 minutes from where I went to school. And I did start dating this guy who was still back at the college that I had gone to. And even with him, he would make comments, and even his grandma, I will never forget, his grandma said, "Oh, you are the bigger twin." And that really, really hurts. And especially as a female, that really digs deep. And so I realized, okay, maybe I should start working out again, because I really hadn't, and start eating healthier. And so that January, one of my friends that I had met up there, we had this goal. We made this New Year's resolution, like many, many people do in January. Okay, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to start eating healthy. And so she was getting married that summer, and my sister was getting married in April. And so that was kind of what our goal was. So we joined the gym. We started eating really healthy. And sorry, my husband just walked in the door, and it's always super distracting. And so that's kind of what we did. And so it was going really well. We were doing some fun classes together. But then it kind of came down to the fact, it was my sister's wedding, and I kind of lost those senior 15 pounds that I said that I had gained, and was feeling much better about myself. But after that, my friend still had her wedding, so we kept going together. And that summer, things kind of started to change for me. I became very, very obsessive with my workouts. I would have to go at least once a day, if not twice. I would do random workouts around my house as well, as I was just doing things in between, like lunges around my kitchen, like just crazy things. And I started really focusing on tracking my food. I used, an app to track my food. I also would be writing things down. I wrote down every single calorie that I was eating, down to even a stick of gum. And it became, like I said, just very obsessive for me. It was all I focused on. It was the only thing I could think about every single day was, how far can I go? How long in the day can I go without eating? How many workouts can I get in? And that was really all I was focused on. So obviously I started to lose a lot of weight, and just get very, very sick. And I didn't realize what I was doing was not a good thing. I didn't know it was unhealthy until I went to my parents' cabin that summer. My mom noticed that I wasn't myself. I got very depressed. I was very lonely and very sad because I wasn't feeling my body. And so my body was just slowly shutting down. And, all I could think about, like I said, was food and things like that. And so she pointed out to me that she thought I had a problem. And of course I denied it. But, as that weekend went on, I realized, yeah, I really do, because everyone else is out there having fun and tubing on the lake. And I'm in here inside, like, trying to fall asleep so I don't think about how hungry I am. And so they forced me into treatment, and I was diagnosed with anorexia. I was living about 4 hours away from my family, and so I just kind of was living day to day. By the time I was kind of in my worst, I had lost about 35 pounds, and I just remember I'd go to treatment and I didn't care at all. I was just there to make my parents happy. I didn't see a problem with what I was doing. I was still very much obsessed with it. And so I would go there and I will just never forget. They would always make you step on the scale, and I would always be so proud of the weight that I was, the fact that it kept dropping. And I was also proud they would take your heart rate, and I was super proud that mine was in the 40s, which is obviously not very good. And they told me, when you go to bed, it drops below 40 and you could just not wake up one day. And that didn't scare me at all, because I was like, that's not going to happen to me. And so, it was just it was an addiction. And so, years and years go by, well, like 2 or 3. And I finally decided I needed to move home. When I got home, my parents, again, still made me go to treatment, but like earlier, I didn't really care about it. So eventually I started dating my now husband, and that kind of was the starting point of the change for me. So he really supported me, and him and my parents kind of sat me down and told me, if you guys want to get married, like, you need to take care of yourself, you need to be healthy. And so we ended up getting engaged, and I just remember I was scrolling through Instagram one day, like many of you maybe have found me, and I found this girl, or I saw she was my friend from teaching, and we just hadn't talked in a while, and she was doing these programs and like drinking these shakes, and I was like, what are you doing? And it got really, really annoying for me. But eventually I was like, okay, she looks really happy. She looks really good. She looks really fit. I want to know what she's doing. So I reached out to her and I was like, hey, tell me what you're doing. Literally signed up to be in her boot camp the next day because I was just so excited about it. And deep down it was because I knew, oh, this might help me lose more weight. But it didn't do that for me. And my story is kind of different than a lot of people. I didn't have a weight loss. I had a weight gain, and that's just what my body needed. But by the time I finished my first program, I was back to being my happy self. I mean, it was a 21-day transformation for me, which was amazing. And I just became obsessed with now treating my body healthy. So I wasn't going to treatment anymore. I was taking care of myself. And it was later on that into that summer that I decided, oh my gosh, like, I want to do this and I want to help other people the way that I was helped. And literally my life was saved. I truly believe my life was saved because of Beachbody and because of the programs. It taught me how to eat. It taught me how, to work out correctly and not to be obsessive about it. I can work out in 30 minutes and get a way better workout than I did on my 2-hour elliptical or whatever I was doing. And so I knew that this was an amazing opportunity. Of course, I was skeptical at first, like maybe many of you are feeling right now. Like, what is this group? What's going on? But I kind of just dove in and took it on. I started right after my husband and I got married, which might have been crazy because we just moved to a new place. We just got married and I should have been focusing on, a lot of things, but he totally supported me in this. And I'm obviously so grateful because my life has forever been changed because of coaching. I'm going to talk, a lot about different things that come with this business, but, besides just my life being saved, like, we have so much more financial freedom that this is obviously a big part of the business is the money side, which I'll be talking about later. But I mean, we've gone on free trips. We have but we've been able to go on weekly date nights, which probably would not have been very feasible if it weren't for me doing this business. And so I'm excited to just continue on with these next few days and tell you guys more about what you do as a coach, how you make this work, go over any questions or any, things that you might be feeling, like what's going on, what am I doing? So I'll be talking, all about those things and kind of what our mission statement is as coaches. And basically all it is we want to help as many people as we can, because I have my own unique story and there are millions of other people who have their stories too that can be saved through this opportunity. So if you have any questions at all at any time, like I said, drop a comment below. Feel free to message me at any point, email me, however you want to connect with me. I'm fine with whatever. But I also want you guys to comment below with what are you most excited for, or is there any part of my story that you can relate to? Do you have a bigger dream for yourself than what you're living right now? And just let me know about those things so I can connect with you guys more and hear more about your story. So I can't wait for tomorrow. It is actually my birthday, and I'm super excited about just being able to be here with you guys. So I'll be hopping on around 4 o'clock Central Standard Time, so then I can go have a little birthday dinner with my husband. But if you guys are able to hop on, that would be awesome. If not, you guys are always obviously free to watch the recording. So I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm very excited, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye!